Your problem may not be that your business is growing too slowly. Your problem may be that you are checking the pot before the soup is ready. In an old Yoruba compound, there lived a young apprentice who was learning the art of dyeing cloth, the deep, rich indigo work the Yoruba call Adire. His master would soak the cloth in the dye pit, tie it, fold it, dip it, and then walk away. Just walk away. The boy could not understand it. Every day he returned to the pit and lifted the cloth to check the color. His master caught him one afternoon, hands still dripping blue, and said nothing at first. He simply looked at the cloth, patchy, uneven, ruined by too much handling, and shook his head slowly. "Omomomi," he said, "my child, you have pulled the story out of the cloth before it finished telling it." The boy did not understand. He had worked hard. He had shown up every day. He had done, by his own count, more than the other apprentices. Why was his cloth the one coming out wrong? The master sat him down and explained what the boy already knew, but had refused to accept. The dye needed time in darkness, undisturbed, to bind properly to the fibers. Every time the boy lifted the cloth to inspect it, he broke the process and let air in before the color had finished settling. His impatience wasn't neutral. It was actively working against him. There is an African saying that captures exactly what that master was teaching. Little by little, the bird builds its nest. Not in one flight, not in one dramatic afternoon of effort. In quiet, repeated, unglamorous returns to the same work. Now think about the young Nigerian building an online business today. He posts a video on Monday and refreshes the analytics on Tuesday morning. He checks his follower count before he checks his own reflection in the mirror. He compares his 3-week-old TikTok account to someone else's 3-year-old empire and concludes something is wrong with him. He is doing to his own growth exactly what the boy did to the cloth. He is lifting it out of the dye pit to inspect it again and again before the color has had any chance to bind. This is the real anxiety of modern digital success. Not that the work is too hard, but that we were never taught how to leave anything undisturbed long enough for it to become something. Ask yourself honestly, are you building or are you checking? Because checking feels like progress, it feels like diligence. But checking your numbers 5 times a day does not make the numbers move. It only makes your nervous system tired in a way that has nothing to do with the actual work. Yoruba philosophy has a concept worth sitting with here. Wa, character, the way a thing settles into what it truly is over time. A person's wa is not judged by one dramatic moment, but by what remains consistent when no one is applauding. The elders did not rush a child's wa into existence. They watched it form, season after season, the way the dye forms in darkness. Your online business, your channel, your following, these also have an wa. They are becoming something. But becoming requires the very thing the boy could not give his cloth: time without interference. If patience is the lesson, here is how the elders would tell you to practice it. 1. Decide what you are actually dyeing. Know the one thing you are building before you start checking on it. 2. Set the darkness. Choose how often you will actually review your progress, weekly or monthly, not hourly. Protect that boundary like the master protected the pit. 3. Separate motion from progress. Posting is motion. Consistency of message over months is progress. Know which one you're doing today. 4. Measure the work, not the applause. Track what you did, videos made, offers sent, skills sharpened, before you track what came back. 5. Return, don't hover. Come back to the work daily. Do not hover over the results daily. These are two different disciplines, and only one of them builds anything. Years later, that same apprentice became a master dyer himself, known across his town for cloth so deep and even in color that people said it looked like it had been dipped in the night sky itself. When a new boy asked him his secret, he did not talk about technique. He said only, "I learned to trust what I could not see happening." That ancient lesson has become even more relevant now in a world that shows you a number every time you refresh a screen. The algorithm was never built to make you patient. It was built to make you look. Ancient Yoruba wisdom does not fight the algorithm. It simply refuses to let the algorithm decide when your work is ready. Remember this. The cloth does not turn indigo because you keep pulling it out to look. It turns indigo because you let the darkness finish what you started. If this story reminded you of something you've been checking too often, sit with it before you check again.